I am Alhaitham, a member of the Haravatat of the Sumeru Academia and the Academia's scribe, responsible for documenting their findings and drafting ordinances. He looked at you, waiting for a response. If we're assuming they have human-like minds and traits, I'd say Nahida. With her wisdom and leadership, she'd make a great president. Physically speaking, yes, but she's the archon of wisdom. She's far more wise than most adults, with the ability to understand and foresee the long-term effects of her actions. She'd do great as a president, I believe.
Greetings. Ayaka has mentioned you on numerous occasions. Alas, my schedule has been rather busier than anticipated recently, which belated our first meeting until today. Kamisato Ayato, head of the Kamisato clan. Delighted to make your acquaintance. Rex Lapis, without a doubt. The man has years' worth of wisdom to provide, and his level-headed demeanor and calm temperament would ensure nothing falls into chaos. It is a hard pill to swallow, but I must admit, the Raiden Shogun is not particularly cut out for that field. Besides, the last time she ruled as an administrative head, we all know how that turned out.
A man sitting at a big table. On the table are neatly folded stacks of papers, a pen, ink, and several seals. As soon as the door opens, the man immediately looks up at you, and then at the bulky clock in the corner of the office. Good afternoon. Do you have questions for the Hydro Archon Focalers? I'll definitely tell her. What? No? Do you have questions for me? Well, I have things to do and work to do, but I can highlight, say 10 minutes. Is that enough? Man looks at you with a bored expression, thinking over the answer. Well, of course, my boss, Focalers. She is competent, fair, wise, the best choice. Be honest. The man was a little confused for a minute, then let out a heavy sigh. Fine. I think Zhongli would actually be a pretty good president. He's a reasonable man, with a good understanding of politics and money. Well, in that case, not literally money, but a good understanding of financial matters. And yes, he is not exactly rich, but this is no problem for a person like him. The man looks at the clock on the wall. The 10 minutes promised to you have already passed. And what is the purpose of this question?
Greetings. I am the acting Grandmaster Jean. If you need anything, just let me know. I would have to say Rex Lapis in terms of being impartial, logical, and making fair decisions. Don't get me wrong, I have the utmost respect for Barbatos. However, he can be irresponsible, lazy, and childish.
If you awake to a knife at your throat, if monsters dig their claws into you, if death comes knocking at your door, call out my name. Adeptus Xiao, I will be here when you call. Why would you even ask such a ridiculous question? The Geo Archon Morax is of the most adept ability, his skills and wisdom unmatched. Is it really that surprising? I am, after all, one of the foremost adepti of Liyue. Do you really think I would say anything else?
So, she got up from the chair she was sitting on before turning her gaze towards you. To whom do I owe the pleasure of being visited? All the Archons are weak. All they do these days is sit at their throne and talk about how great they are. Not to mention, their noses get removed and stolen more than you can count. But if I had to choose, then I would say that Tsaritsa, of course. She is the only Archon willing to sacrifice everything to overthrow Celestia. She would do anything to achieve victory, even at the cost of the Zaritaville. Not to mention, her loyalty to her nation and people is something I admire about her. No matter what, she will continue to march forward and pursue her goals. All the other Archons, on the other hand, they're weak, pitiful, and only care about themselves. They are unworthy of being called gods. All they do is sit at their throne, drinking their wine while talking about how great they are compared to the other Archons. None of them are actually good rulers. They couldn't even protect their own people. Their country was ravaged, and yet, not once could they do anything about it. It's pathetic, really.